We'll wait 2-3 minutes more and then start. I think start. Okay. Yes, ma'am, I can start.
Yes, sir. Okay. So, a very good morning one and all present here. On behalf of SilicoScientia, I welcome you all to International Hands-on Workshop on AI and Drug Discovery. The program coordinator, I am proud to host this significant scientific gathering, together a global audience to explore the transformation of artificial intelligence in pharmaceutical research and this workshop is a part of a commitment to bridging computational innovation insight, providing researchers, students, and professionals a practical teaching learning experience. So, before start a workshop, I would like to present the for the workshop. Let me present my screen. So, is my screen visible?
Yes, yes. Visible.
So yeah, this will be our schedule for this today's workshop. We'll start from the welcome and introduction session from Dr. Ataul Islam. Then 10:30 to 11:30, there will be a guest lecture from Dr. Jitendra Kuldeep. Then it will be another lecture from Dr. Islam on artificial intelligence, impact on drug discovery. Then 12:30 to 1 will be an introduction to one of our new course. After that, we will have a lunch break, 1 to 2 p.m. And following the lunch break, we will have a small session for basic concepts for drug discovery and molecular docking. And after this session, we will have the hands-on training, which will start from 2:30 to 4:30 with different groups. And after that, we will have a closing session, that is the concluding session, which will be from 4:30 to 5 p.m. Okay. So yeah, let's begin with our session. So we are honored to begin our event with a welcome address by Dr. M.D. Ataul Islam, an esteemed scientist, visionary leader, and the founding director of SilicoScientia. Dr. M.D. Ataul Islam is a globally recognized expert in computational drug discovery. Dr. Islam holds a PhD in pharmaceutical and fine chemical technology from the University of Calcutta and brings over 15 years of global research experience, including prestigious fellowships such as the Newton International Fellowship, UK, and the NRF Postdoctoral Fellowship, South Africa. Before founding SilicoScientia, he worked as a senior computational chemist at 3Bix Omiscore, Bangalore. Dr. Islam has served in various leadership roles at international institutions like the University of Manchester and the University of Pretoria. Dr. Islam is a prolific contributor to the field of computational drug discovery. His research covers a wide range of topics from QSAR modeling, molecular docking, pharmacophore mapping, to advanced AI-driven screening, molecular dynamics, and various inhibitor design for emerging and neglected diseases. Dr. Islam has over 50 high-impact peer-reviewed publications spanning various journals. Today, his talk will introduce the mission, innovations, and roadmap of SilicoScientia and how SilicoScientia continues to build an inclusive scientific ecosystem for learning in the era of AI drug discovery. So I now request Dr. M.D. Ataul Islam to please carry on forward.
Thank you, Mahima, for the introduction. And once again, we are of the SilicoScientia and welcoming all of you in this scientific enriched workshop. So before we go for the lecture series, I would like to give you about brief introduction about our company and what actually we do. So let me share the screen. So is my screen visible?
Yes.
Okay. So SilicoScientia is a startup in the field of the AI-based computational chemistry and computational biology. So our vision is to lead the way to transform healthcare through groundbreaking advancement of bioinformatics, computational drug discovery, cutting-edge technologies, and also we will envision the future where personalized medicine is the standard care, where novel therapies are developed rapidly and efficiently, and where every patient has access to tailored treatment that offer hope and healing. So our mission to that is harness the power of bioinformatics, computational drug discovery, and advanced technology. That actually gives the relatedness of innovation, collaboration, research, and our main mission to revolutionize the drug discovery process and address the unmet medical needs with the precision and agility. So the company located in Bangalore, and this is we are already in the startup India and MSF, and definitely we are the part of Atmanirbhar Bharat and Make in India. So I'll at the end of this, before finish this presentation, I would like to give you our own product. So that actually that's why actually saying the Atmanirbhar Bharat or the Make in India product. So our approaches are to combining the bioinformatics and cheminformatics with AI, and we have the collaboration with academia as well as the industry. So the small industry to the larger scale industries in the pharmaceutical science and biotechnology. We also have the collaborative research, collaborative work with government research organization. We are trying to building up the solution that test, learn, improve, and upgrade with the time. And definitely we are getting updated ourselves by taking the feedback from the clients, from the results, and also evolving the scientific challenges. And also all these things we have the practical application in the real world. That is, we are trying to find out some the innovative molecules that can treat the real world disease. So currently this company offering the computational drug discovery services, also the bioinformatics solutions, also the AI in healthcare. Apart from that, we are also providing the training in the different field of the computational biology and the computational chemistry. So in the form of short-term training or a crash course, or maybe the internship. And definitely one of the domain is the academic research support. That is, we are helping the scientific community in the designing the project, writing the manuscript, writing thesis, etc. So these are our core domain. So I am one of the co-founder, the director of this company. As already I am introduced myself. That is, I had a little bit exposure about the academic as well as the industry. So when I was working in the different organization in India and abroad, I found some gap in this field, that is computational drug discovery or the computational biology. There is a gap. Almost a lot of people are working in this field, but there is some gap where people are still afraid about this field due to their that is computational knowledge, or the scary thing about Linux or the programming. So this thing actually make us one idea, that is why we are not with the solution to the people, basically the scientific community from the biology or chemistry or pharmaceutical sciences. Those people without knowing any computational background or any computational programming, they can work the huge number of molecules, huge number of data, the biological data or the chemical data in a easier way. So for the regarding this, we have actually already developed a platform that I'll talk very shortly. Along with me, Dr. Sonali Thorat. She is also co-founder and director, and she is experienced in the pharmaceutical sciences, and she has done her PhD from the Nagpur University, and she has more than 10 years of experiences, including the University of Bedfordshire in UK, and also University College London, University College London. And along with that, she has also worked in a different institution in India. So, along with her, actually, we decided to launch a vertical where we can give the easier solution to the people, to the scientific community who are not belongs to the that is the computational background. So along with actually the leadership, we have 4 teams. So here the chemical team. So the people are from the diverse background, from the bioinformatics, from the pharmaceutical science, from the chemistry, from the computational science. So we have the cheminformatics team. The Mahima Kulpe, she is the leading the cheminformatics team. Along with her, the Vikram and Ahirasa, the part of this team. IT team, that is, they are developing the platform. So Dilnawaz, along with Dilnawaz, the Omkar and Parth. So Dilnawaz basically the IT background, and Omkar and Parth, they are basic from bioinformatics, but they are fully working in the IT. So that how actually they are. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes.
So, along with the bioinformatics background, they are fully working on this the computational chemistry. So they're developing the complete drug discovery pipeline. So the bioinformatics team, the Monishka, Hussaina, and Anirudh, they are working, they are developing the different bioinformatics pipeline. And also we have the artificial intelligence machine learning team, the Mahati, Rinku, and Kunal. They are developing our own algorithm, own tool, along with actually we are supporting in the field of healthcare sector. So I mentioned that is we found some gap like the slow identification of the new drug, and also validation is another problem in biological system, and also we have the drug limited accuracy of the drug efficacy, and definitely all these are the traditional drug discovery process are time consuming. So all these things actually we felt that why or not should start a vertical where we can solve, we can work these things to give the better solution to the scientific community. So we offered the identification of the target or what is the biological relevance or enhance the predictive accuracy. We also streamline the optimization in the different stage of the molecule or the data. And also we are working on the feedback loops and definitely we are in a collaboration at the national and international level. So these are our take, or these are our the solution currently are offering here. Along with that, we have also our own research and development. For the part of that, we have already published more than 15 research articles. These are a few are online available. So we are working in the conjunction of the artificial intelligence as well as the physics-based method to solve the different disease model or the identification of the potential molecule. So this is our own R&D, and these R&D will further go for the experimental validation in our new setup. So as I mentioned, that is how we can help the scientific researchers belongs to the biological science or the chemical science or the pharmaceutical science. Those people are not really sound in computational complexity as well as the programming language. But you know that is to deal with the large data, to get some good information from the large data, you should have application of the programming language. So in that situation, we have developed a complete cloud-based platform that is called a Silico Explore. So this actually helps to start from the beginning to advanced level of the drug discovery approach. So here, this is the web-based platform. So you have not to worry about your local system. All the applications, all the calculations are running in the cloud system. So you have to open the Google browser or the any Chrome browser and just submit your data. The rest will be done in the cloud computing system. So here I'll show you some tools that is what already we have developed. So we have developed the molecular docking tools. So here we integrated some publicly available tools along with our own tools. So how can we easily interpret or easily make it easy the solution of the molecular docking in a different algorithm or different methods? So that we have done. So we have integrated some publicly available tools, and also we have enhanced in our own thoughts how to interpret, how to accelerate, how to make easy the docking systems. Similarly, we have the prediction tools. So these all the tools you can see. There is ToxCI, the toxicity prediction tool, SilicoCG, the confirmation generation, Silico physical chemical properties calculation, or the pharmacokinetics, and see, all tools are developed by our own in-house tools. So in an easier way, you have to submit your molecule. You may have the single molecule to millions of molecules. So all will be dealt by the backend in the cloud system. You don't need to worry about your local system or local configuration. Also, you have the protein modeling tool for ligand protein interactions, protein interactions. Also, we have the pocket finding tools. And after the docking is not a big deal, or the drug discovery is not a big deal. But to get the inference from the drug discovery approaches like molecular docking, or maybe pharmacophore, or maybe QSA, or maybe a de novo design, the interpretation is the most important. To get the good data and remove the bad data, that is the challenging. So that we have tried to give solution here, very user friendly. So if you have the data, you no need to worry about how can we interpret, how can we analyze, what are the data is better data, what are the data are not helpful for this project. That actually will take care in this platform. Along with that, we have the visualization and the sketchers like Volvisio. You can represent your molecule in a different way for the publication. You can draw your molecule, and also that is already I have discussed this thing. Apart from that, we have the conversion tool. That means a large number of molecules you can interconvert in a different file format. And also we have integrated the molecular dynamic simulation. So here it is, GROMACS is running. So you know the GROMACS is very tricky things. A lot of things you have to do. You have to edit a lot of things when talking about the protein ligand complex or protein complex. So here, this is the very easy interface. You have to submit your molecules, and you have nothing to do. The rest will be done at the cloud, and you will get finally the data in your own way. Maybe you will get the data in Excel format, or you will get it in a graphical format. So the molecular dynamics simulation now become very easy to submit and interpret the data. Also, we have our mutational inducer. That is, if there is a mutation in your protein, how the stability impact, that also you can predict. Also, we have the machine learning based silico screening, that is our own tool that if you have millions of molecules, and if you'd like to search for certain target, so you have to just give your molecule, and it will screen based on the AI machine learning modeling. Similarity searching, that is if you have your known molecules, so you can upload it and it will search based on the similarity of your molecule from the large databases. Also, we have the de novo generator. If you would like to generate a novel chemical compound, so that you can generate here through the AI machine learning approach. Along with that, also some tools are under development. So maybe in a couple of months, we are expecting that it will complete, like SilicoDoc, our own docking tool, the based that is the combination of the physics-based as well as the machine learning algorithms. Also, we have the mutational age calculator. Depending on the mutation, we can calculate the age. Also, the key stress structure prediction tools are under development. Also, the structure activity relationship tool also are under development, and also the complete pipeline of the RNA-seq almost ready to integrate. So these are the tools will come very soon. So we are already in the global market in the form of our CRO services or the collaborative work. So we have tie-up with the King Saud University in Saudi Arabia. We have tie-up with the International Institute of Molecular and Cell Biology, that is Finland, and then we have Bharati Vidyapeeth, D.Y. Patil University, also the Symbiosis University of Calcutta, and CDRI Lucknow, and also we have the industrial partner, the Decodage. So we work for them. So these are the organizations or the industry partners whom we are already working. So our potential clients we're targeting mainly the pharmaceutical or biotechnical companies, like from the small to bigger companies, research organizations or the academic organizations in India and abroad. Also, we are already mentioned that is CRO services we are giving. And then also we are going to tie up with the government and non-profit research agencies. So we are going to expand the market in a different wider range of and across the world. So these actually are focusing right now. So our business model, B2B, B2C, and B2G, and currently, as I mentioned, that is we are providing the SaaS licensing of the Silico Explorer that I already mentioned. We are giving the CRO services. We have the academic courses. We will talk today a little bit about a course. Like we already launched one advanced diploma course with the D.Y. Patil. So we'll give you introduction today's session. And also we are providing the training and internship, and also we are providing the academic support. So here in the already we sold our Silico Explorer license to the Nagpur University. They are our client for this. They are using our Silico Explorer tool. We are providing a CRO to Symbiosis, King Saud University, as well as the Decodage. We are academic program that is already launched. D.I. Patil to launch, and also we are providing also the globally the training internship. So till now around more than 50 people who are trained across the globe. And as I mentioned earlier, that is we are also in our own R&D. So we have published diverse papers, diverse work in the diverse publication like Wiley, Springer, ACS, Taylor Francis, etc. So, 1 minute. Sorry, I'm sorry. Just a minute. So, our commitment to innovation and scientific excellence and a patient-centric approach drives the country approach to the boundaries of what is possible in the field of bioinformatics, computational, and artificial intelligence. So, where our main thing that is a commitment with the proper solution, with the solution in a different diverse areas of the disease model or the various areas of the bioinformatics as well as the artificial intelligence. So that's all about basic introduction about our company. My presentation is visible.
No, sir.
Oh, just a minute. So here, I think this was done. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
So that I told that is our commitment to the innovation and scientific excellence is one of our strong points. So this is about the brief introduction about our company. So for that, if anyone would like to take our service, you would like to take the help in a form of the services or the products or the training or internship, you are always welcome to connect. Thank you so much.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for walking us through SilicoScientia's journey. So let's move on for the second session of today. So yeah, it is our privilege to host Dr. Jitendra Kuldeep, an internationally acclaimed computational biologist and AI expert, as our keynote speaker today. Dr. Kuldeep currently serves as a postdoctoral researcher in the Department of Biochemistry and Structural Biology at the University of Texas Health Science Center, San Antonio, USA, where he is engaged in cutting-edge work on senescence reversal, single-cell RNA analysis, and AI-based virtual screening using variational autoencoders. He holds a PhD in bioinformatics from CSIR, Central Drug Research Institute, India, and has an academic journey marked by prestigious appointments across top global research institutes. This includes his postdoctoral work at the Cancer Research Center for Marseille, France, where he led machine learning applications for precision oncology using multi-omics integration and large-scale drug screening across the cancer cell lines. Prior to this, Dr. Kuldeep contributed to the computational, anti-malarial, and anti-tubercular drug discovery at ICGEB, New Delhi, and led work using generative AI models such as LSTM neural networks to design novel small molecules. He also has expertise in whole exome analysis for rare diseases diagnostics from his work at Sir Ganga Ram Hospital, New Delhi. Dr. Kuldeep's multidisciplinary skill set spans various fields, including AI/ML techniques, chemoinformatics, multiomics integration, molecular dynamic simulations, to identify novel drug candidates against infectious diseases, cancer, and age-related conditions. He is a prolific researcher with numerous peer-reviewed publications in top journals. Today, at SilicoScientia, Dr. Kuldeep will share his insights in a keynote lecture titled Accelerating Drug Discovery with AI, Successes and Strategies. So I request Dr. Kuldeep to please carry on forward.
Thank you, Mahima.
So hi Jitendra, I think it is late night at your place.
No problem, sir.
Well, thank you so much for making time.
Yes. Just a second, sir. Actually, my laptop is not allowing me to share the screen.
You need permission or something like that?
Yeah.
Okay, let me make you the
Quit and
co-host.
reopen. Okay. So I will just quit and reopen.
No. Let me make you co-host. I'm sorry for this technical issue, but yeah. Yeah, Jitendra, it is visible now.
Can you hear me all? Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. Right.
Okay. Okay. Good morning, everyone. So today I'm here to present this topic: accelerating drug discovery with AI, success and strategies. So I will just briefly start with with this topic, the magic. You all might agree with me, like the magic of AI. Okay, so we all see the AI in every field, like is, for example, like automatic colorization of black and white images, like whatever the images are black and white, so you can use the AI also to color it. And then also, if you input an image and ask an AI to give some detail or to generate a caption for it, then it will just generate the caption also for it. Like, for example, if you are inputting this image and if you ask the AI what is this image for, then it will generate a caption like this girl in pink dress jumping in the air. So it's so accurate. And like for example, for this image as well, black and white dog jumps over the bar. Okay, so it is so you can see like it is capturing all the minute details of the image, and it is generating very accurate captions for all of them. So also it is various used in like automatic game playing as well as for picture generation also. And we all know now, we all study also that AI is involved in several sectors. It is used in like for entertainment, also for real estate business, for retail and e-commerce, for travel, banking and financial services, manufacturing, food tech, healthcare, and logistic and transportations, and many more. So like our topic is like healthcare, so we'll start with the introduction of the drug discovery. So this is just short introduction. Yes, sir.
Jitendra,
Yes,
I
sir.
think your slides are not moving. So
My
I
slides
think,
are not moving, sir. 1 second.
yeah, I think you have to share entire screen.
No, I shared the entire screen, but
Just
okay.
yeah, I
Okay.
think it is movement is there. Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
it's there, sir?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So just a quick introduction about the drug discovery. Okay. So like drug discovery has traditionally relied on trial and error. And developing a new drug takes at least 10 years or more than 10 years of time. So, and also the process, like it's cost approximately $2.5 billion. And so there is a strong need to accelerate the drug development process. So here comes the role of artificial intelligence, which has emerged as a solution to speed up this process. So just a quick introduction, like these words are, these terminologies are used interchangeably, like the artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning. What is artificial intelligence? So these are like computers or robots which are performing a task typically done by humans. Machine learning, it's a subset of artificial intelligence which uses the data and the algorithms, okay, to mimic the human learning process and and improve accuracy over time. And deep learning, it's a machine learning algorithm, okay, a machine learning method which uses the artificial neural networks trained on large data sets to recognize patterns, and then it makes decisions without explicit programming. So this has been taken from a paper. Okay, this image has been taken from a paper where we can like sorry, yeah. So it is like role of artificial intelligence in revolutionizing drug discovery. So it is like in this figure, what I want to show is like the data can be in different formats. Like it can be sequencing data, it can be text data, it can be molecular structure data. Okay, and once this has, we give either the sequencing data or the text data, which uses the NLP method also, or the molecular structure data. Once it is like embedded into the artificial intelligence zone, so the data is divided into training and test set. And for this, the molecular features are calculated and embedded into the suitable algorithms, and the prediction is done. Once the prediction is done, and then it's like, so the prediction is for a particular target for a disease, okay, using the computational screening method. So it is like data to algorithm to application. Again, drug discovery, it involves identifying chemical compounds that have the potential to become therapeutic agents. Application of AI is expanding to almost every field. In the field of drug discovery, AI is already making a significant impact. Biopharma industry, they uses AI algorithms and also big data to improve the drug research. So here I will be like discussing 4 AI driven approaches. Okay, there are others also, but I will just discuss 4 AI driven approaches in drug discovery which the biopharma industry are using. So the 4 main approaches are like large scale data analysis, predictive analysis, virtual screening, and drug repurposing. So one by one, like we will go into little introduction of all these terms. So as we know that biological system and experiments, they generate vast amount of data, and analyzing this data manually is not feasible due to its sheer volume. So to address this challenge, the pharma industry is collaborating with the companies, for example, Accenture and TCS and others also, to design the AI algorithms capable of analyzing large amounts of biological data. And that biological data includes genomics, proteomics, metabolomics, nowadays lipidomics also, and other omics probably. So this approach actually helps identify the potential drug targets and develop new drugs. In predictive analysis, the modeling utilizes the AI algorithm to predict the effectiveness and efficiency of a drug candidate based on its chemical structure, side effects, and other properties. Additionally, this algorithm can also analyze the stereochemistry impact of the drug molecule on the body itself. Also, this approach enables the industry to evaluate the pharmacological effects of a drug candidate more accurately. Virtual screening, we all have heard about it. Like it can screen millions and millions of compounds within minutes, obviously depending upon the hardware configuration, and which further significantly accelerate the drug discovery process. And virtual screening, it helps identify potential drug candidates for specific diseases or targets, and researchers can quickly identify the most efficient drug moieties or the compounds without the need for extensive laboratory experiments. And the last is the drug repurposing. So it can identify, the AI can also identify new uses for existing drugs by analyzing their molecular structures and potential binding sites. And this approach allows researchers to repurpose the drugs for different diseases. For example, we have seen in case of COVID, like remdesivir, it was used in the COVID-19 treatment, and it was identified through AI-based approaches using drug repurposing. So this slide, I just wanted to show about the different sectors in which the AI startups are there. Like, for example, imaging and diagnostic, a lot of it, you can see startups are there, drug discovery, predictive analytics, scoring, genomics, fitness, and so on. And this data has been taken from this particular source, and the data is till 2020, which shows that the AI companies in 2020 were 240, investors were 600, and corporations like 90. So, sorry. So this shows the R&D of different category. Okay, so the mostly it shows that the y-axis it is like category, and here it is the number of startups. So you can see like for this particular category, which is generating the novel drug candidate like molecules, for this the number of startups are the highest, and this has been taken from towardsdatascience.com. So, and others also there are more, but you can see that the more focus of the more focus of drug discovery is in generating the novel drug candidate molecules. So AI startups, we can say that the mostly they are involved in this particular task focusing. So talking about some flavors of the AI models, like one is the like generative models we all have heard about. So it involves like the sequence-based, latent space GAN, and deep Q network. So this has been like in this slide, I just wanted to show how the rise of deep learning has been in drug discovery. So like starting from 2016, 17, and 18. So like sequence-based method, it is a like it uses the chemical language model, okay, which uses the RNN-based LSTM structure architecture, and then it uses the based on its model, it can generate some new molecules in the chemical space. So that's what it's shown. Then also VAE models, we all know that these are very good in dealing with the noisy data. Also for the generative adversarial network used by this in silico medicine, and then this has been used by Google in 2018. So, okay. So in this slide, I wanted to show you one thing, like how the deep learning algorithms, it enables the rapid identification of potent DDR1 kinase inhibitors. This study has been published in Nature Biotechnology in 2019. So this shows that starting from the target selection to identify the novel nanomolecular hits against this particular target kinase inhibitors. So it takes around like 46 days. So this was the most rapid identification of the DDR kinase inhibitor. So this is like what we can say is the power of AI. And I also wanted to show how many data means available data for in different databases, how many compounds are there, how many bioassays, bioactivities are there in PubChem, ChemBL, Binding DB, Drug Bank. So these are some data which I have collected and shown you in this slide. So now here comes the applications of artificial intelligence in structure-based drug design. So drug design has been like, for example, like target, once we identify the target, or then it goes to like ligand generation. Okay, ligand generation is like using de novo as well as the screening method. Okay, like suppose for some targets there are no known inhibitors known, so in that case also we can do like the structure based virtual screening utilizing the whole library of compounds. So, and if also we can do for the de novo part, like the fragment growing, as well as for the generative model, which I have shown in previous slides, like the LSTM one, which I have shown, RNN-based LSTM model. So this includes the generative model, and also like binding estimation, like it shows like it can be done using both similarity as well the scoring method. For the scoring method, it uses several like empirical based methods, physical sampling, post filter. Nowadays machine learning based scoring functions are into mostly you will see the papers which are published based on machine learning. They are developing a lot of machine learning based scoring functions for several targets. Also, we will check the synthesis accessibility of the compounds which are actually being studied. And we all know the breakthrough like the AlphaFold, which uses the transformer based model known as the evoformers, and which has solved the structure related issues, structure related problems. Any questions? Sorry. Hello.
No, go ahead.
Okay. I thought, sir, I got some.
I'm typing something. Here, go ahead.
Okay. And then also we have heard about the deep docking. Okay, so so in deep docking, like it makes the process of virtual screening much faster. Like it uses the deep learning based algorithm. So it has like two different stages. In first stages is the initialization stage. The second stage is the docking stage. So in the first iteration, it randomly selects the compounds from the large database such as zinc, and then it docks the compounds into the active site of the protein, and then it in the whatever the good binders are there and the low binding compounds are there. Okay, so there are two categories now. So based on that, the good binders and the bad binders. Okay, so based on those two categories, the algorithm is now it is now training. We are now dividing the whole data into training test set. Okay, and then based on that, the model is now learning which are the compounds which are actually good binders to the particular to the target of interest, and then based on that knowledge, it actually improves the model because and it augments its training set. Okay, and at last it has an updated set of virtual hits which are actually called as the top scoring molecules. In this way, you don't have to dock the entire millions and billions of compounds to the using the standard docking, basically, because it is not possible at all. So, and it is 50 times faster also based on the paper what they have mentioned. So here also we can see the power of the AI using the deep learning algorithm, which can make the process much faster compared to the usual process. And also we can see like the utility of the transfer learning process, where some receptors, some drug targets, they have very low data available. So in that case, you need to generate some novel compounds against that particular drug target. And the most useful like architecture is the RNN based LSTM architecture, which actually uses which actually what it does is like it generates some molecules based on the available, like few inhibitors are like available, so like 4 or 5 suppose if it is available, so it can generate much number of compounds into the chemical space, and that can contain also some novel scaffolds as well, and which are actually reported in this particular paper. So these are like some what I have talked is the like for a given target. Suppose if you don't have any if you have more number of compounds containing millions of compounds, so in that way also the AI can reduce the work by making it 50 times faster, like for example in deep dock. And also for some, like if low data are available, then you can use the transfer learning approach. But what if the target is not known? Then in that case, we utilize the method of called as the phenotype based drug discovery. Here also the AI has shown its efficacy in predicting or identifying the potential drug candidates. Okay, so like the authors, they have so in this first point, what I want to show, like Zhu et al, they have developed a deep learning based efficacy prediction system, and they call it as DLabs. And with this method, they were able to identify the potential drug candidates for complex diseases like obesity, hyperuricemia, and non-alcoholic steatohepatitis. So, and what they have used is like they have used the gene expression profile for this particular task. And once they predicted the potential compounds, okay, for these particular diseases, they also experimentally validated it in mouse models, and which demonstrated the effectiveness of phenotype based drug discovery. And in this approach, they have successfully identified the active compounds against the particular disease. Also, another study in this phenotype-based drug discovery by Tong et al. They have developed a model called Transigen. It is also a deep learning model, and this learns from the chemical-induced transcription profiles to enable the phenotype-based drug discovery. And with this model, they have like incorporated into using a drug repurposing pipeline for pancreatic cancer, and they successfully identify the potent compounds with unique structures. And they also validated this compound in their experiments, and they found it to be active against the pancreatic cancer. So these are some major available deep learning methods for phenotype-based drug discovery like DeepCE, DLab, Cyger, multi-DCP, Transigen. There are others also. And this I just wanted to show you a snapshot of this published paper of phenotype-based drug discovery. So the basic strategy for this particular method for phenotype-based drug discovery is like once the model they have like it is created, it is built. So after that, for the particular disease, they input the upregulated and the downregulated genes of that particular. For example, hyperuricemia. So they will select the upregulated and downregulated genes for that particular disease. Here I have shown for senescence because I was working in this particular disease area. So then the model will screen depending upon the database what you will choose, such as CIDD or the NCI, and then you will get a connectivity score for each of the compounds. And if the connectivity score is like negative, then it will reverse the disease. If it is positive, then it is similar to the profile and there is no change. So once the ranking has been done using the connectivity scores, then they just it is an iterative process. Iterative means once you have the gene expression profile for the respective disease, then you can again use that particular gene expression to retrain the model. But that is another approach. Okay, so I will just after that particular approach is done, then you will just optimize and then you will just get the top compounds with this particular refinement method, and you will just validate the optimized compounds. So this is how the basic structure architecture of this particular phenotype-based drug discovery goes on. I will just take an example like they have this paper has been published in Nature Machine Intelligence, and this is a deep learning framework for high throughput mechanism driven phenotype compound screening. And using this, they call their model as DeepCE, and they have applied it to COVID-19 drug repurposing. How they have applied is like the workflow, they have downloaded the data from this particular database, that is Links L1000. It consists of gene expression data for different compounds, for like 978 genes, landmark genes. And then the model is trained on these particular data, okay, which consists of SMICE. Then it also consists of cell line information, the dosage concentration, time point, and the gene information. Once this model is trained on these particular inputs, then they, as I told, that this particular deep learning model, they call it as DeepCE. So they used this particular model and they generated the gene expression profile of the compounds, of the top compounds, and for COVID-19 drug repurposing. How they have used is like I just shown in this particular flow chart. So once the gene expression profile has been generated, they have taken the drugs from the drug bank database. So for all of these particular drugs, 11,179, they predicted the gene expression profiles using DeepCE model. And also they have downloaded the patient gene expression profile of the COVID-19 patient from two sources, the NGDC and the NCBI dataset, and they use DSEC2 package to generate the differential gene expression profile. So now they have the set of upregulated and the downregulated genes. Okay, and the drug screening process involves, now they compare the predicted drug-induced gene expression profile. So drug-induced means this particular gene expression profile with the patient gene expression profile. Patient gene expression profile they obtained from here these two sources, and the comparisons, to measure the comparison, so they use the Spearman rank order correlation. So the most negative correlation is scores. Okay, the drugs that showed the most negative correlation is scores with the patient profiles, they were considered as potential candidates. So whatever the input set of upregulated and downregulated gene sets are there, if the score for them is negative, it means the model is showing that that particular compound will reverse the expression. It will not let that particular gene to express into the patient. So this is how that drug will act, and it can help in COVID-19 disease reversal. And so analysis of results, like for this particular task, they have cited several literatures. And whatever the top candidate drug molecules they were already an antiviral drug, okay, which were used for hepatitis C as well as immunosuppressants. And some of the identified drugs like cyclosporin, which has been like in the top list using screening when done by deep sea model. So it has already been suggested in other studies as potential COVID-19 treatments. So this is how, like, if the target is not there, so using the gene expression profile, we can use the data and we can identify drug candidate like molecules. Even we can use other database also, except drug bank database. We can use other database like NCI, Jink, whatever you want. So, and then here I want to show again for some target. I wanted to show this, like, deep atom they have made. Okay, this is a framework for protein ligand binding affinity prediction. So this has like comparison of like Pearson correlation coefficient. They have compared with other method and they have found to be good, and the RMSE was low compared to other methods. So this is also published in 2019. So then I will skip this one. And then application of AI in disease-based drug design. So here also, like, in this paper, they have developed an anti-senescent drug screening by deep learning-based morphology senescence scoring. So here they have taken the morphology-based features from the cells, okay, from the senescent cells actually, and they have built a deep learning-based model. And here it was able to identify, in this paper, they have shown that they were successfully able to detect the senescence versus non-senescent cells based on the morphological features. So, and here again for application, I have just incorporated again the DLEPs. Okay, so how this I incorporated this because this has published in Nature Biotechnology and one of the very good, highly cited paper in this phenotype-based drug discovery. So how actually the architecture of this model works from starting from the compound to animal study. Like if you read the like caption, the legend, the molecules were first represented by smiles, okay, then passed to a grammar tree. So this is what they have mentioned as the grammar tree, okay, and then to a one hot array, which was then passed to the 3 layers of one-dimensional convolutional neural network. And the output slices were flattened. These were flattened and then passed to a dense layer, which output the mean vector, flattened, and then mean vector and radius vector to encode a sphere in a high dimensional space. And now the coordinates here of a randomly sampled point in this from this sphere, this was like chosen as the latent vector and then passed through a 5 dense layer. So this is what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So from this 5 layer it was passed, and then finally the prediction of 975 landmark genes was done, and these were further converted to 12,328 genes through some mathematical transformation method, which I will not go into detail. And once, like, from here to here, if it is done, like for single compound which is like given, and it is able to, like, the model is able to predict the 12,328 gene expression profile from a cell. And after these particular gene expressions are predicted, then we select the disease. For example, in this case, they have already given obesity, then hyperuricemia, as well as non-alcoholic steatohepatitis. So for example, like NASH disease there. So for that, they will select the upregulated and the downregulated genes. And once, like, gene signatures of particular disease of interest were employed to predict the efficacy of compounds using gene set enrichment analysis. So once it is done, then they do the virtual screening, and it was performed against the selected chemical library, and then efficacy was tested using cell lines or the animal models directly rather than through the initial testing at the protein level. So this is how from this compound it is trained, and then it learns the mapping, it learns the prediction of the landmark genes, and then selection of the upregulated, downregulated genes are done, and based on gene set enrichment analysis, they are ranked, and then whatever the ranking of the compounds is there, they are being selected and then exposed, and then they are further subjected for animal study or some cell line based study. So here they just wanted to show that the model efficacy, where you can see just the area under the curve, which was good. And then for this obesity, I think wet browning, also they identify the compounds which they wanted to show here. And for hyperuricemia also, they wanted to show the compounds. I just wanted to incorporate this slide just to show that these are the compounds which they have identified in this particular disease. And then for NASH also, they have identified, I think, this compound. So for all of the three diseases, they identify the potent molecules, and when tested in animal models, they were showing positive effects. So just a strategy for, like, based on these studies, okay, the strategy was like for the disease-based drug discovery, you can just take the expression profile of the either from the compound altered expression profile as well as the normal. When combined, you can just incorporate, you can just further follow the AI screening model. So once the screening is done on the compound database or the combination of the library, so the candidate molecules, once it is assayed and whatever the hits we are getting and the expression, so for that hit, the expression profile, again, it can be like given back to the initial model, and then again it is retrained based on this particular expression profile, so that this particular model can be made like disease specific. For example, senescence, like we can do that because there is no currently available any very few anti-senescence compounds, reversal compounds are available. So there is a need for that type of AI model. So this is one particular strategy which we can follow. Like, the model is there, and then we can predict the gene expression data for that particular disease, for example, senescence. So we'll and then again, whatever the gene expression profile is there, we'll again provide it to the initial model, and then this particular goes on until the model becomes specific to the particular disease, and it starts predicting some accurate compounds against that particular disease. So success stories, I just wanted to mention, like as I already mentioned in previous slide, that DDR1 inhibitor. So this was the most successful cases for AI-based drug discovery, and they are still limited to these particular. And then AlphaFold, we all know about this, and Exentia, I think we all know that the using AI-based method, their second molecule was also they entered the phase 1 of clinical trials, and also DSP0038 was the third molecule which was created using Exentia's AI technology, and it also enters the clinical trials. And two earlier compounds also in 2020 they have like announced, and then these are also, I think, was used to treat the obsessive compulsive disorder. So we can use the several successful stories of the AI based methods. And in 2020, these authors, they have used a deep learning based approach for antibiotic discovery. This was published by Stokes et al. And also for the COVID-19 therapy, baricitinib, they have identified, and it inhibited the signaling by a range of cytokines which was associated with the COVID-19 hyperinflammation. And but challenges are still there of data-driven artificial intelligence modeling. So like data are sparse, and if the data is not more, then the reliability of the model and its predictive ability is less. So this is the biggest challenge what they discuss about in this particular paper, in this particular review. And this is my last slide, like integrating mind and machine in drug discovery. So the mix of mind and machine, a creative collaboration from design, then making, and then analyze, and then testing. So, thank you. Any questions?
Yeah, thank you, sir. Yeah, so we are open for any questions. If anyone has, you can type in the chat, or else you can just simply unmute yourself and ask if you have any questions, anything to ask the participants. Anybody from the team also wants to ask, can just ask anything. So, Dilnawaz, are there any questions from the YouTube live? Yeah, there is one question from Gokul. How to record synthesis using AI?
How to? Sorry?
Retrosynthesis using AI.
Retrosynthesis using, I think that is some chemical reactions. Okay, so you can like design some molecules. Okay, and then based on some particular scaffolds, you can just do the permutation and combination, and then once the model knows what type of combination will work, and then based on that you can just redesign the molecules, and then you can get some better results out of it. Thank you.
So, okay. Yeah, anybody else wants to ask any question?
You are free to unmute yourself and you may ask.
Hello, sir. I just want to ask, like in natural products, how this is going to be useful and to what extent?
Okay, the AI, how it is going to be. So actually, you know, it's like for some particular, for natural product compounds are very good in like drug repurposing, as we know, because they already contains the drug-like properties. Okay, so natural compounds are always a good, we can just extract the features of those particular products, okay, and then use it for some kind of, whenever we are synthesizing some new compounds, then we already know that what kind of particular scaffolds which are actually drug-like, having drug-like properties can always be used, and it can always be used for particular targets, you know. Like drug repurposing, it is always like in COVID-19 it has been used, if you read the papers. Okay, thank you.
Is any other questions from anyone?
Actually, what Mr. Hafiz, what we'll do, we'll upload the videos in YouTube channel. So from there you can see actually our slides.
Any
Well,
more?
and also I would like to, sorry, regarding the question, I just remembered one thing. There is a paper, okay, for the de novo drug designing. Okay, so they have used the chemical from the compounds, like you asked how the natural compounds are useful. So in that paper, what they have used is like they have used to train their transfer learning model. Okay, using the chemical data as well as the natural product data. Okay. So once like the model is like trained on these particular data, okay, so because the natural product data, natural products are already containing the drug-like properties, okay, so the model is like learning which of the particular scaffolds are very good in like drug-like properties. So once that properties has been learned by the model, so because it is now a chemical language model, okay, so when so now we are selecting, suppose we have a drug target for which very low data is available, okay, so we need to generate more compounds in the chemical space for that particular target, okay, so this particular transfer learning method, which already has learned based on that natural product data as well as the chemical data also, it was able to generate new compounds in the chemical space which contains the properties of both the natural compounds as well as the chemical compounds. So in this way, you can generate new compounds for that such targets which have very low data availability. So this is
Okay.
one example use case. Yeah, thank you.
So there is another question from Saurabh. Can AI predict adverse effects of drugs?
Of course, if the data is available, if the prediction is like it is not some means that magic, you know, if the model is there, if that model is trained on the adversity of the drug, like of the compounds, okay, then of course for any new compounds you will give as a input, because what it is learning is the properties. Whether you give the model to learn the adverse properties of the compound, then it will be able to predict the adverse properties of the new compounds. That is the main thing. So based on data availability, you can of course do that. Means you can train the model and you can predict the adversity of the molecules.
Okay. Anyone else wants to ask any question?
Yeah, ma'am. Good morning.
Sorry?
How to build the model, the prerequisites to
Your voice is very low. Can you speak a little bit louder?
type in the chat box.
Sure. Anyone else? How to build an algorithm from Rajeshwari.
Okay, algorithm building is algorithm is the series of steps. Okay, so it depends upon like what kind of model you want to build. Okay, suppose if you want to build a model, okay, which is like, for example, deep learning model. Okay, and then for example, there are several examples. For example, if I take just now I described about the D labs. Okay, so it depends upon the biological question. Okay, what do you want to do? Suppose you want to predict the gene expression profile of a compound. So for that, what you need is like you need the data. Okay, from the database for the cells as well as the number of compounds for which the gene expression data is available. Now, like you have to suppose if you want to choose a model. Okay, so based on the literature, I can just say that the variational autoencoders models are very good in handling the noisy data. You can use a transformer-based model also, but compared to other algorithms, what I'm saying. Okay. So and now you can just tune the parameters whatever you want to do that. Okay, and for that you need to do a lot of means what to say like hit and trial method. Okay, in that means not a hit and trial also, you can do some Bayesian approach also. And so algorithm, what I can understand from your question is like how to define a question and how to reach the endpoint. Okay, so how to define a question depends upon your biological question, what you want to do. Suppose if you want to identify, if you want to predict the gene expression profile of a compound, then you can just simply take the data from the database and you can just use some known cases. You can, from the known cases, you can just select the AI method. Okay, and you can just train the model and you can predict the output, and then whatever is your what to say, whatever is your aim and objective, you can just follow it. So but for this it is like that. But if you want to like do the virtual screening of some targets, okay, for which like if you want to do the virtual screening using the millions of compounds of the database, okay, for that you need to like design a strategy such as deep dock. Okay, in that scenario, which I have already tell that the standard algorithm will not work. Like you will just take the receptor of a drug target and you will just do the docking of all the compounds or the millions. So it will not do, because it will work, but it is very much time taking. Okay, so you need to design the algorithm. So how they have designed the algorithm? They have randomly taken the 1% of the compound from the gene database and they have docked it, and then they have identified which are the good bindings, good binders, and which are the bad binders. Okay, and then what they did is like they selected that good binders, and then they, based on that, they augmented their training data. Okay, and this way they iterated to certain steps. After that point of time, 11 iterations, they are not finding any improvement in their whatever the metric was used. Okay, suppose R square was used. Okay, so they are not able to see that particular any improvement. Okay, so there they stopped. So there they know, okay, their algorithm is working fine, and whatever the augmented training data is there, it was able to successfully identify the good binders rather than to dock all the millions of compounds into the active site of the protein. So this is one example use cases where you can also get inspiration from this particular task and you can design your algorithm. Thank you.
Yeah. So another question for that algorithm only, like what programs do we have to learn if we want to develop an algorithm or something?
See, my favorite language is Python, so I can say I will definitely say Python. Okay, so if you learn Python these days, so I think it's good. Rest, I think Sir Dr. Ataul Islam sir, he can tell better. Okay, but from my point of view, I think Python is the best.
Yeah, Chidambaram, you're absolutely right. Python is the most suitable language for machine learning because a lot of inbuilt packages are there compared to the other programming language.
Yes, sir.
So the favorite for machine learning is Python.
Yeah.
So another question from Hafiz is like, what kind of data is required to train an ML or DL models for drug design?
Okay, so this is a general question. Okay, so I will give the general answer, like what kind of data. So obviously, if you want to, again depends on your task. Okay, so task is like if you want to identify some active hits against a given target, drug target. Okay, so your data should be like, for example, you can download it from, for example, you can download it from ChemBL. Okay, which consists of like compound data along with their IC50 values. Okay, so based on certain threshold, you can just divide the data into training and test set. Okay, so it is what kind of data is the compound data with their activity value. Okay, I think the answer is clear.
So 2 questions from our YouTube live session also. How
Okay.
do AI models ensure the reliability of predictions for novel compounds with no prior data? And what are the
Okay, so
limitations for
yeah, so
that?
no prior data already I discussed. Okay, so like I will again explain. So it is like you don't have any data availability. Okay, and you want to generate some new compounds. So for that, like de novo drug design will come into play. Okay, and for that, generative AI is now into play. Into the market, you can see. Okay, so the generative AI algorithm you can use, and like. In that generative AI, I don't exactly remember any published paper which has shown any what to say, means hits. Okay, whatever they have generated is actually working. Okay, so but generative AI is definitely the key, or where the data, where there is no data or there is very low data. Okay, so that is only the answer till now. And yes, it will help because a lot of algorithms are coming into research, and then they are using it and they are able to generate some new compounds which are actually novel. As I said, that because that particular algorithm, it uses in the background for learning the natural products. Okay, the properties of the natural product, and based on that, whenever it is generating any new compound, so that particular compound is already contains the properties of the drug like molecules. Okay, so in this way, you can just ensure that, okay, whatever the compound is generating is like drug, is having the drug-like properties. And of course, you have to like go for the wet lab validation. Then only you can say that your model is working. So, but this is promising. I can say it like that. Thank you.
Next is, what are the computational limitations of using deep learning for molecular dynamic simulation?
Okay, so computational limitation is like for molecular dynamic simulation, as far as I know, is like you need a very good hardware resources. Okay, so computational resources, I think it's better if you use HPC, because I have used that only in my PhD work. Okay, so I did not find any kind of limitations while using it. So I think it will be good if you use it, and it depends for how much time period you are doing it. Okay, like we used to do it like for 100 nanoseconds, so we used to we were using HPC for it. So I think computational limitation is always there for doing MD simulation, but because it takes time. So better do it in HPC. That's what nowadays I think Colab is also giving you the platform to do it. So you can use Colab also, and in the background they're giving some free TPUs also. And if you pay some amount of money, like I don't know exactly how much, but so you can get very good GPUs also, A1000, A100, sorry. That is also possible.
Okay.
So I think,
Yeah. One more question from Ankur Singh. Can you give a little bit insight of using transformer models to enhance predictive ability of rare disease with limited biological data?
I did not get the question. Can you please repeat it, ma'am?
Can you give a little bit insight of using transformer models to enhance the predictive abilities for rare disease?
For rare disease, okay. So for rare disease, means I will try to answer this question in different way. Like for rare disease, like okay, and you want to use transformer model, okay. But for transformer model, and if you are selecting the rare disease, so for rare disease, obviously the data will be very low. And for the transformer model, you need it's what to say, it's a deep learning model. Okay, so you need high amount of data for it. Okay, so I don't think you would be able to use the transformer models for rare disease any. Okay, I think you can start with, if the disease is rare, then the compounds, I think the compound data is also very less or no, so very less available. So you can use the generative AI for it, okay? So that is a possibility, but I don't think that the transformer model is of use for this particular task, because the data is only not there, so how you cannot use it basically.
Okay. So next question is from Naushad Ali. How does AI and ML is used to detect rapid detection of multi-drug resistance bacteria in the in silico approach?
AI and yeah, so actually, uh, it so this is a problem actually, for the bacteria, like the multi-drug resistance is always a problem. So that is why I have shown in one of the papers. So if you read this paper, like this one, okay. So because of that particular problem only for the multi-drug resistance, these particular authors, I think these are race talks in all. Okay, so what they did is like they developed a deep learning approach, okay, and the compound which actually they identified was very dissimilar with the available antibiotics, okay, with the available antibiotics against that particular bacteria, and it was very effective against the bacteria. So this is the best example. If you read this paper, okay, this is the best example where the deep learning approach has been used, and the output what they have got, the compound was dissimilar with the available antibiotics or other particular drug like molecules, okay, and that particular dissimilar compounds was very much effective, and that they have got using deep learning approach only. So in this way you can you can like means deep learning here is this paper is an example where you can use deep learning and you will get the dissimilar compounds and also the multi-drug resistance properties of the bacteria, okay, it can be surpassed. So
Okay.
Okay, I hope you got the answer. Yeah, thank you.
So next question is from Kunal, that how much maths knowledge is necessary to excel in AI/ML?
I think up to 11, 12, if you learn the basics like linear algebra, calculus, okay, probability, statistics, okay, so these are only basics you need to know, okay, because we are like bioinformaticians, so only limited maths only we can know and understand. No one can know complete mathematics, okay. So whenever what I do is like whenever I study an algorithm or whenever I do any pipeline, okay, like exome or single cell, whatever, so whatever things are just coming in each step, I just try to know what is the background of what is like happening, and just try to learn the basics, whatever the little bit mathematics is there, because in depth we cannot know how it is derived or what. So in this way you will need to like prioritize yourself, otherwise you will be just like into the sea and you will be just lost. So first learn superficially whatever the steps are there, and then once you learn the steps, once you practice it, then you just go inside, okay, into each algorithms, into each steps, and then it depends upon your efficiency and your level of understanding also, okay, but don't get lost, that's it.
Okay. Yes, sir. A very generalized and repetitive question is coming, that what are the requirements, maybe in terms of system, language, or what prior knowledge we need for building a ML model or any kind of model which will help?
Okay, like I can say like the hello world, whenever we learn C, so they ask us to learn that, they ask you to write and print hello world, okay. So in hello world of machine learning, everybody suggest to start from the iris dataset, okay, that is the simplest dataset, okay. I also started from that only. So once because that is the simplest data, and then you can just learn the inside, what is the algorithm inside it is doing, okay, and you can just try with different algorithm like SVM, whatever, KNN, random, whatever is there, okay. So you can just try different algorithms on the same data set and you can just compare the results, okay. So that the more you play with the data, the more you will learn, and the more you play with a different data set, the more you will gain some experience in the machine learning and deep learning.
Okay. So any more questions? for sir. Yeah, there is one more question. Can we predict spectroscopy data for synthesized compounds using AI/ML?
Okay, synthesize. Yes. See, AI is like you just need data. Okay, if you have the spectroscopic data of the compounds, okay, whatever the compound, what are its spectroscopic features, whatever. I don't have much idea about the spectroscopy because I forgot a little bit. But I just can answer this in very generalized way. If you have the data, you can just train the model, and that particular trained model will just predict for new compounds what are its spectroscopic features or whatever. So you just need the training data. If you have the training data in appropriate amount, okay, means you need. It is not that you just have 10 or 100 of rows available and you will just train the model and it will give you good result. The more the data, okay, so it is like good model, and the model is good, then it will give you good predictions. Okay. So if some database is there, so I don't know about it, okay. But if it is there, then it is definitely possible.
Okay. Any more questions from anyone? Okay. So I guess no. So yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your insightful session. It really helped us to broaden our knowledge of AI
Right.
implications for drug discovery. So thank you. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. So moving forward with our next lecture. So yes, I would request Dr. Ataul sir to please take from you.
Okay. Thank you, Jitendra, for this insightful lecture. You covered the broad areas of AI, ML in the drug discovery. Maybe I'll talk a little bit similar, but in a different angle. Okay. So before I start the presentation, I'd like to just formally inform to all that is the first step is our the theoretical session. After lunch, we'll start again together for the basic concept about our today's hands-on training. So today we're going to do the hands-on. How can we use the machine learning to predict the binding energy of the huge number of molecules without docking? So we'll do the small set of docking, and then how can you develop the model of the machinery model, and that model can be used to predict a large quantity of model. So Jitendra already talked about a deep dock. So that is similar kind of thing actually we are going to present in the hands-on session. So I think that will be a very interesting session. And also already I informed all of you that we have divided in the 4 groups to make it interactive. So a smaller group, you can interact to the trainer, all these things. So okay, so we're looking forward to you on the second half also. Okay, so let me share my screen first. Okay, my presentation is visible.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So today, actually, I'll talk about how the artificial intelligence are using in the different drug discovery methodology. So basically, in the beginning, I'll talk about how the drug discovery is a complicated thing, and then what are the approaches are there, and how can you use this artificial intelligence and machine learning drug discovery. So if you see a little bit the history or a little bit the journey of the drug discovery, if you talk about 10-15 years back, the molecular simple one molecule docking is one of the bigger things. The molecular dynamic simulation of 10 nanosecond was very impactful work. Like QSAR, pharmacophore, so those are there. But during the evolution of the time, during the evolution of the technology, how the artificial intelligence are giving the more impact, and that allow us to explore the exploration of large chemical space. So that actually I would like to talk. So less effort, more involvement of the data with the help of advanced technologies right now available, that how it is impacted on the drug discovery. So we know what is a drug. That is any chemical substance that alter the biological process, or rather you can say that any chemical compound that used to treat the disease. So that is a drug. So all we know that is God has created all diseases, and He also created an agent or a drug for every disease. They can be found everywhere in the nature, because nature is the universal pharmacy. God is the highest ranking pharmacist. So here actually very much true, that is disease is the cyclic process actually, or it is a continuous process. What disease will come, it will solve, and then next disease will come. So this is actually the ongoing process. So once it is ongoing process, so for each and every diseases, there is some solution. So solution, the most valuable resource of the solution is the nature. So we can get the solution from the nature of the each and every disease, but only thing that we have to find the right approach. Which approach we can use to get that solution. So drug discovery, or the computational drug discovery, or the AI-based drug discovery, or traditional drug discovery, these are the different approaches. So in short, in the research in the pharmaceutical science or the life sciences, the people are directly or indirectly trying to find out the solution of each and every disease which are present near to us. So we have to change our what I can say, that is observation. The looking, I can see some different thing. You may see the different thing of the same thing. So that actually you have to change your perspective to find out the solution. So that's why the nature is the universal pharmacy, where you get all the solution. So here actually already we actually know that is the drug discovery process. That is initially you have to identify the disease, what it is. You have to understand the disease mechanism. Then once you have the knowledge of the disease mechanism, you have to identify the target. That is for which target you want to inhibit or activate to control or treat the disease. Once you have the identified targets, then you have to go for the lead optimization or lead discovery. So the molecules from the millions to billions to come down in a single molecule, or in a single digit molecules, that is a very challenging task. That is very error prone task, or error-based task. So that actually the step of the lead discovery. Once you have the lead, then you can go for the clinical trials, preclinical trials, clinical trials, and then the lot of approvals like IND, the investigation new drug approval, or the FDA approval. And after the approval, when your compound is coming to the market, that is another challenge thing. That is how it is impacting, impacting the patients. That also you have to take care, the post approval and drug discovery. So all this process is, no doubt, it is a very complicated, the success rate is very less. People are saying less than 1%, and the investment is huge and huge. So in this situation, we need something. So I say that is like a different way. That is, if you start from the 5,000 or 10,000, or maybe the 100,000 molecules, and after the different stages of the drug discovery, you may come out one molecule, as Jitendra rightly said, at least 10 years. 10 years you need, or it may go to 15 or 20 years if your funding is good, if your resources are good. then you may be lucky to finish one molecule or may not be. So this entire process actually, how can we narrow down, or how can you speed up, or how can we reduce the investment to like pharmacoinformatics or cheminformatics or bioinformatics or computational chemistry? And now actually we are talking today about the artificial intelligence. So these are the fields which can be used to speed up the drug discovery process. So on overall, it is found that if you use the computational resources in your drug discovery pipeline, you can reduce time around 6 to 8 years. Now the artificial intelligence, it is an amazing thing, which are widely used at different companies. So I also Jitendra already showed you the lot of companies. I also tell you about a few companies; those are actively working in this field. So these are the basic computational approaches. Those are using the drug discovery, like identification of the target, target fishing. If you have the molecules, how can you find a potential target? It is also called the reverse docking. Protein database searching, or the lead identification. You may have the de novo design, molecular docking. Today we'll talk about molecular docking. We'll do the hands-on training on molecular docking. Molecular dynamics is an amazing thing to mimic the real system in a computational infrastructure. Also, that artificial intelligence, or the like pharmacophore scanning, or 2D, 3D QSR. So these are the things which are used in the lead identification. These are the computational approaches are there. Similarly, that is lead optimization, the virtual combinatorial chemistry. You can do bias, you can do the pharmacokinetics, drug likeness, different physical chemical properties. So these are the step of the lead optimization. Once you have the lead-like molecule or the promising molecule, and then that molecule you can optimize, you can change based on the properties, and then your molecule will go to the clinical trials, and there you can use the computational power to analyze the data. So these are the things actually we are using. Computational approach are using. Now, how in each and every steps you can use the artificial intelligence or machine learning to enrich the more information from the data. So as Jitendra currently said, that is your models depends upon the data. How much quality of the data you have, how much quality of data you have, and what kind of data you have, that actually use to explore the large chemical space in each and every computational methods. So today, actually, that I mentioned that we will talk about molecular docking, or we will do the hands-on thing, molecular docking using the artificial intelligence. So these are the common applications of the computational drug discovery. Like you can mine the data, you can go for the network analysis, that is the target identification. You can go for the transcriptional signature. You can go the comparison of your protein targets, or you can go for the identification of appropriate binding sites, and the docking. Most importantly, the docking may be the protein-protein docking, protein-ligand docking, DNA-DNA docking, DNA-protein docking, DNA small molecule docking. So these are the things that how the two molecules actually interacting, and they after interaction, what is their biological effect. That actually also you can do. Ligand similarity, that is very important thing. That is, we have the small molecule, the known small molecule or drug molecule, or the good molecule, like in respect to the biological activity, you can find the similar molecule from the large databases. Also, you can go the machine learning thing, that is statistical pattern recognition, model development, etc., etc. So these are the common applications that are discovered using the computational methods. So what is the artificial intelligence? I think no need to explain it much more detail. That is how you are actually trained your model using the data, and that data you can use further for the unknown data. That is actually so artificial in the bigger perspective. So one of them is the machine learning. That deep learning is there, neural network is there, neural language processing, computer vision, cognitive computing. So these are the different components of the machine learning, artificial intelligence. So we are talking about machine learning today. So machine learning is one of the component of the artificial intelligence. So these are the different types or categories of the machine learning, like unsupervised learning, supervised learning, reinforced learning, and then each of them they have their different category. So now the question is coming here, that is, yeah, machine learning. There are a lot of that is classification is there, and there are a lot of sub classifications are there. So which one I should use? So that actually depends upon your data, what data you have, and what is your objective. And one of the questions answer Dr. Jitendra told, that is, you need the data. So what kind of data is available for your research, and then what questions you are going to answer from your research. Based on that, you can select the unsupervised learning or supervised learning or reinforcement learning, and then you can go for the other further sub-classification. So this is a very, very wider field. So the first thing is that you have to identify, you have to understand your research objectives, and then you have to think, you have to decide which algorithm, which approach is suitable for your research or research methodology. So these are the different fields where artificial intelligence are using, like clinical trials, designing, quality assurance and quality control, pharmaceutical manufacturing, the pharmaceutical product management, as well as the pharmaceutical product development. So these are the fields of the healthcare sector. These are the field of the healthcare sector or the pharmaceutical sector, where hugely the AI machine learnings are using. And obviously, we are talking today, we gathered today here for the drug discovery. How can we use the artificial intelligence and machine learning in the drug discovery? So drug discovery, like drug designing or drug screening. So here, actually we are talking about drug. So just I would like to know, drug, if I say that drug designing or drug discovery you are doing, I think according to me, it is a wrong term, because drug is far, far away. To reach the drug, you have to cross the huge path. You have to go the huge way to get a drug. So whatever we are doing here, that is, we are trying to find out some good molecules or promising molecules, or we can say the lead-like molecules. So here, the purpose of the designing the molecules or screening molecules are two things actually. So if you have that I mentioned in the previous slide, based on your data and objective, you can decide which approach you would like to go. So similarly, this is applied here also. So in the designing of the molecule, that means if you have the target structure, or you would like to design the de novo molecule, if you go for the designing, or if you have some physical chemical properties or some known molecules, so you can go for the screening of your database, like bioactivity screening, toxicity screening, or the physical chemical property screening. So today our field actually is how we are applying AI in the drug discovery, rather I say that is the promising molecule discovery. So this is actually clear pictures, that is how we can use our AI machine learning in the drug discovery field. So as I mentioned in the couple of slides before, depending upon your data, you have to decide which fields, which approach you're going to. So you have to find the data, because once you have the data, you use the known data to train the model. Once your model is trained, that model you can use to evaluate the unknown molecule or the new molecule. So here the resource, in case of the drug discovery, your source of your molecule may be the different databases, like Campbell is one of the biggest source, PubChem, Drug Bank, or Zinc database, or NCI database, or Maybridge database, NMN database. A lot of databases are there. Or if you have your own data, your own in-house data, that is also fine. So once you have the data, so from data you have to go to the next section, that is a compound representation. That means you have to extract the features of the molecule. So in the features, we are in a technical term you call it a descriptors. So your molecule, you have to generate a 2D descriptor, 1D descriptor, 0D descriptors, or 3D descriptors, now 4D, 5D, whatever the descriptors. So depending upon how you are calculating your descriptors, the features, rather in a layman language, I would like to say that is the properties of the molecule. So once you have the data from any database or any sources of your known data, you know these data are targeting a particular active site, a particular target. Now you have to extract the properties, important properties from those molecules, and those properties you can use to train the model. So you can use regression model, you can use a classification model, you can use a clustering or the dimension reduction. So that I already mentioned in the machine learning. There is a different classes of the models, algorithms are there, and their subclasses are there. So based on that, actually, you will decide which approach you would like to go. Once you have the model, that model you can use for the different purposes, like you can use for the toxicity prediction, you can use for the novel molecule generation, or you can use for clinical designing, or depending on the other fields also. So overall, if I say that what is the machine learning approach in the drug discovery, that means the data, I rather you can say that data is the machine learning. Why I'm saying this thing? Because the quality of the data, the information of the data, information rich data will decide, will help to develop the model. And as much as the good models you have from the data, you expect the good outcomes from that model. So it is the game of data. So if I say that is this era, this century is the century of the data. People are talking about the NGS, people are talking about the AI machine learning. So these are the game of the data. If you have the data, you are the lucky, or you are what I can say, you are the rich person in this era. Because data will say a lot of things, because you know the data will give the information will give the conclusion. So to reach the conclusion, as much as data you have, so that actually you can use the machine learning and to get the conclusion. So overall, this is a clear, that is how we will get that raw data. From that data, what information I have to extract in the form of the descriptors, and those descriptors or those properties or those features we'll use in development of the model. Once the model developed, once the model is evaluated, once the model is perfect, and then that model can be used to for the screening of the molecule or designing the molecules. Then that I mentioned that here the different fields are there here, like de novo design. If you have the molecule, you use the AI machine learning technique, and then from that machine learning technique you can have the new target actually. Just 1 minute. Okay, I'm sorry. So that actually you can go for the de novo design. That is, you can use If you are going for the target identification, that is Dr. Jitendra told, that is the AlphaFold is one of the big innovation, and it's the first time in the history the computational drug discovery field got the Nobel Prize. So if you have the sequence, you can use the AI machine learning to get the 3D structure, because unless you have the 3D structure of your target, you can't go for further drug discovery process. Similarly, drug-target interactions. If you have the drug, you have the target information. From there, you can encode, you can get the information, and then features of the small molecule as well as the target molecule, and then you can go for the AI machine learning model, and further you can predict the other binding affinity. Similarly, like drug target binding affinity, that actually we do today. Suppose you have suppose 10 lakhs molecules you have. So if you want to get the binding affinity between the this protein and ligand, so you have to dock. So you need a huge resource, as well as you need the huge time to get it done. So in this situation, what actually we do, we take the small data set of the small molecule. Suppose out of 10 lakhs, we can take 50,000 molecules. So 50,000 molecules we docked, and from the docking, we go for the binding, the AI model generation using the binding energy and the features of the molecule. And once you have the AI model or the machine learning model, that model you can use to predict the 9 lakhs 50,000 molecules. So prediction of the huge number is easier task compared to the molecular docking. So this approach is very, very useful, and that we'll do today in the second half with the smaller data set. We'll give you the idea how can you predict the binding affinity of the large number of molecules by docking the smaller data set. So here the different pharmaceutical analysis, also the machine learning are used, like toxicity prediction. That is already it is discussed in the question answer session on the last presentation. That means if you have the toxicity data or you have the adversity data of the molecule, you can predict the model, and that model you can use to check the unknown molecule whether it is toxic or non-toxic. Similarly, bioactivity, you have the bioactive molecules from there you can check, and then based on the activity, you can decide whether your molecule is the anti-cancer, antibacterial, antiviral, or any other types. Similarly, you can develop your model using the physical chemical properties also. So if you have molecules, you calculate the physical chemical properties and train the model. And once you have the model, you can predict the physical properties of the unknown molecule. So these are the other better, I would like to say, these are helpful in the optimization stage or the segregation stage. So why actually we need artificial machine learning or artificial intelligence in drug discovery? Because it accelerates the drug development, and definitely it reduces the cost in a drastic way. So as I said, that is, suppose you have 10 lakh molecules, and if you go for docking, so that actually it will take around maybe few weeks, or maybe if you have the good infrastructure, maybe few days. So in that case, if you dock the lesser amount of molecule and predict the binding affinity of the other, so in few hours you can do it. The cost is definitely increase the accuracy, because suppose if your sample data is small, so definitely it is the less information reached. So using the machine learning or the computational power or the programming language, if you can increase your chemical space, that means you can incorporate a huge number of molecules. So it will be better to get more information, more concrete conclusion, or you can say that is the accuracy. Innovation, definitely. It's a new innovation, and I show you one or two examples already. It showed some success stories as well, and definitely it is used in the quality assurance as well. So as I mentioned, that is the how with the help of the evolution of the computational power, the different computational approaches are came in the market. So this is the old data actually. This is till 2010. So in 90s, 50s, the concept of the birth of the AI generated. Then in 1960s, the QSR came. If you may argue that is some people already in 1860, like Fujita or Van, like they proposed the QSR concept that is there. But how actually AI implemented in 60s, like that. In computational drug discovery or docking, this came in the 70s or 80s with the help of the data site like CPUs or 32-bit CPUs or the kilobyte space. Then artificial intelligence came to market in the 90s, the neural network, then validation of the application of the domain. As much as the computational power are increasing, the new algorithms are coming, because as I said earlier, that is the machine learning or the artificial intelligence model development totally dependent upon the data as well as your computational resource. So sometimes you need the GPU or maybe the large number of CPUs to run the machine learning model. So with the evolution of the computational resources, the different algorithms of machine learning came in the market, and that way the drug discovery is evolving and the people are adopting to get more faster way the drug discovery process. So if I say that is how the global market it is. So global market, it is that is anticipated that in 2024 to 2023, it will increase about 30% of the global market. So if you see the how much global market was in 2020 and now what actually you are expecting in 2030, and in a different fields like oncology, neurodegenerative diseases, or metabolic or cardiovascular, infectious, or maybe other rare diseases. So here actually how the market size is that and how the money is investing in the artificial intelligence in drug discovery. So this slide or this figure, it is clearly giving you the idea that is what is going to happen in the next few years in the drug discovery with the help of artificial intelligence. So this is the different approach, like how the people are investing in the drug discovery field in approach like drug repurposing or optimization. The huge number of investment is coming here. Similarly, preclinical testing and others. So these are there. So data total here. So it is 1.5 million US dollars investment in the different approaches of the drug discovery. So if you have a good data, you can opt it, and then the funding are there in all over here. People are crazy to invest in this field because they understood the beauty, they understood the outcome of this field. So this slide already showed by Dr. Jitendra, that is how the different companies are crazy to participate in this field. So even we can't visible 200% zoom that number of that is that list of companies. So here you can see the investors, around 5,000 investors, companies around 4,000. Private companies around 2,500. So these are the total market. So the from academic to research institute to the corporate, they are jumping in this field and the artificial intelligence to take the advantage of the artificial intelligence or machine learning to design or to identify the potential molecule for different diseases. So there's a lot of success stories are there. So here a few like that. Ben 2293 in April, Benevolent AI, they actually announced phase 2. For that is atopic dermatitis, and also BXCL 701, the BioXcel therapeutics. They have developed this model, and phase 2 is there, and it is also help of AI machine learning thing. RLY 4008, and this is by the Relay Therapeutics. They have they are in the phase 2. In the phase 3, you can see like REC 44881, that is a BioHive BXL 501, the BioXcel therapeutics. So these are molecules in a phase 3, and also in a phase 4. The medicine for the Benevolent AI, RLYCOV1404 for the Abcelera. So these are molecules already in the clinical trials, and these molecules are developed or identified or optimized using the machine learning thing. So we have the concept, we have the approaches, and we have the outcome also. So you can imagine that is how actually artificial intelligence is helping this. So in the next generation, or I'm not talking about the next years or next few years, totally the AI machine learning will dominate, or will I can say take over the drug discovery field to design a molecule. So these are the different institutes across the globe. They are already started the artificial intelligence drug discovery, like Queen's Mary, UCSF, then Liverpool. These are the different universities. They are open the courses to teach, to train the people that how we can use the machine learning approach or artificial intelligence in the drug discovery, specifically for the drug discovery field. So this list is very less. If you Google it, a lot of universities are there, and the top ranked universities are there. They are running the courses, train the people in this field. So after trained with this artificial intelligence or machine learning drug discovery, what job roles you can expect? You can expect AI specialist, you can expect a data scientist, you can be a computational chemist, you can be the bioinformatics specialist, you can be the molecular modeler, or you can work in the pharmacovigilance field, or you can work in the regulatory affairs or the cheminformatics. So as much as the technology or the AI machine learning is involving in this field, the job field is opening widely. So it is the concept that is, if the machine learning is coming, the job will shrink. Not at all. If you see the previous histories, that is as much as technologies came in the market, that lot of job open. So here in this field, if you talk about 5 years back or 10 years back, the computational drug discovery, okay, computational chemist, or maybe the cheminformatician, not like that. But now, to train in this field, you can work in a different, wider range, because you know the artificial intelligence. So you can work in the data as a data scientist. You know the artificial intelligence. You can work in the any company like artificial intelligence specialist. You can be a mentor. You can be a consultant, like that. Okay. So this field actually evolving, opening the large number of windows in the job markets. So these are the few leading companies which are already jumped in the drug discovery, and they are using the AI. So like pharma companies, AstraZeneca, Illumina, Mark, like Novartis, like AI company, Relevant AI, that is already Relevant AI, their molecules in clinical trials, Exscientia. Similarly, technology like Intel, Google, Hitachi, they are also in this field, because everybody, even the Samsung, they are also coming. IBM also there. Siemens are there. So these are the technology company, these are the AI, artificial intelligence company, and these are the pharma company. But now they are all working in this field, because they understood what is the next generation drug discovery field. So that's why in all over across the world, the different company from the different field, they're jumping here. Even Apple are there investing in this field because they understood the future of this field. So these are the another representation of the companies they are actually involving here, like AWS is there, Oracle is there, so Cognizant. So these are the different companies in a different way. They are providing the support, they are providing that infrastructure. Like AWS is widely used because they have developed their technology to run the machine learning model. Because you need the good infrastructure, good specification for a computer, AWS is giving you. So similarly, the Microsoft giving their resources. So in altogether, these are the company, they are in a different field, but they are either directly supporting, they are directly involved or indirectly supporting in the drug discovery field by providing the infrastructure, providing the resources, providing the technology, providing the manpower, etc. So altogether, from these last 3 slides, I can say that is the entire world, they are started thinking that is how I can contribute to the drug discovery field in the term of artificial intelligence. So these are the actually rough estimate that is from the survey we got. That is this is if you are trained with AI machine learning and drug discovery, what salary expectation you have. So like if you have 0 to 2 years, so you may expect around Indian currency 7 lakh per annum. If you have 3 to 7 years experience, so it may go around on an average 20 lakhs your salary. If you are 8 years of class, so maybe go up to 50 lakhs per annum your salary. Similarly, based on the location in India, like Bangalore, Hyderabad, Mumbai, Delhi, Chennai, Pune, these are the places, these are actually the data stored. That is, if you are trained with the AI machine learning in drug discovery, so this package you may offer. Similarly, the company-wise, like Google India, Microsoft, and Amazon, they are giving almost around 40 to 50 lakhs per annum salary on an average. In case of the different sector like semiconductor or healthcare or e-commerce, if you are trained the AI, so these are the figures, 25 or 20 or like that, you can expect a salary. So this is not the exact data, but I'm trying to give you one picture. That is, if you are well trained in the AI and the drug discovery, what will be your future, what you can expect. So that actually I'm trying to show in the last few slides. So now this is overall about the approaches, and then different techniques and how AI is in the market, what is the global market size, how the investors are investing, and what are the fields where you can do. Now, actually, I'm going to, that is in our company, we are also working in the AI-based drug discovery field, and I showed in my first presentation that is we're working in R&D also, and we published a few papers. So one of the examples actually I would like to show you in a few minutes, and I'll wrap up. So one of the paper actually we have published in Computational Biology and Medicine last year. So here actually we use that is polypeptide synthesized 13 target to generate some molecules using the combination of the machine learning as well as the physics-based method. So here, this is basic about tuberculosis for what I have considered a target. So what actually we did here? So here, we did design our molecule using a de novo technique. So there is a tool called reinvent. So that is actually there is a few approach. So first we collect the data. and then around 31 compounds we have generated, which are known compounds for this target. And this tool has a lot of packages, 4 packages like reinvent, libinvent, link invent, and mole to mole. So they have their different approaches. So here we use mole to mole approach, and then we have generated around, if I'm not wrong, more than 30,000 molecules we have developed from this approach using the 31 input molecule, and we screen out based on the similarity search, the Tanimoto coefficient. Those molecules are highly similar to the input molecule, the known molecule we consider, so 8,000 molecule we consider. And then we went for the pharmacokinetics using the PKCSM, which is another tool of machine learning for the pharmacokinetics analysis. And then we went to the physics-based method, that is, we went for the docking using the order of Vena and plants. And then from there, the molecules, we went for the absolute binding, free binding energy calculation using the KDIP. This is another AI-based tool. Once we had, then we went for the physical-chemical properties calculation or the drug likeness using the Swiss ADME. This is they use the deep neural network approach. And once after all this approach, we found some potential molecule went for the molecular dynamics simulation. So this is one of the example how we can mix up the machine learning thing with the physics-based method to find some good molecules actually. So here initially we used the machine learning, then physics-based, again machine learning, and finally the molecular dynamics simulation. So here actually these are reported PKS 13 innovators. So here actually we try to find out this scaffold here. From there actually we design the below molecule. So the top left-hand side on top, you can see the known molecules. From there we have designed the bottom molecule, and here you can see the how this molecule is interacting at the active site. So here after that we have performed the molecular dynamic simulations, like check the how it is helpful and how in a dynamic state is behaving. So that actually we went through for 100 nanoseconds, and we can see with few exceptional, all the molecules retain at active site in all dynamic states, and that actually concluded that yes, if you go for the experimental validation, we might get the better result. So finally, I will conclude that this paper, that is, yes, we use some top, we used the AI-based method, and we implemented the physics-based method, and then finally we got some good candidate of the molecules. So apart from that, you can see that is we have already published in a different domain, like we used order of Vena, we used plants, we used Admit AI, DeepTalk, KDIP, etc., etc. So as I showed you in my first presentation, that is we have developed our own platform, SilicoExplore. So there we have implemented some physics-based method, and some we have developed our own machine learning tools. So that is actually the beauty in the drug discovery field, that is, if you have the physics-based method as well as you have the machine learning, so that mix up, that amalgamation, that give you better results compared to the traditional one. So finally, I'd like to conclude my presentation today. That is, yes, there's a lot of tools are there in the drug discovery. Along with that, like machine learning or deep learning or scalability improvement or accuracy detection are widely used in the drug discovery. So in a conclude, that is, I would like to say one thing, that is, yes, that the coming days, the days for drug discovery using the machine learning. Thank you so much for your patience. I'm very grateful.
Okay. Thank you, sir. So yeah, we are now open for questions. So if anybody wants to ask, they can type in the chat or simply unmute themselves and ask. Any questions?
Hello.
So you can make it this workshop more interactive. Maybe you have some questions in mind, but if you think there is, if I ask what people will think, not like that, because
I would like to ask one question.
yes, sir.
Like you talked about plant-based and how it can be utilized further through AI, the knowledge.
Mhm.
What I would like to ask you is, we know that in a practical way, I can improvise the production of a specific bioactive compound, which is used as a drug, or it is a plant through which this product can be used as a drug. Now, knowing that, how I can increase the production of the specific drug using certain biotechnological practical tools as such. So, if I know a specific precursor is going to help in production of a specific bioactive compound, which is targeted drug, herbal drug. So, is it possible for me to find out the precursor or elicitor, which how it is going to be actually working the activity, like the way it works on a system, or the mode of action or mechanism of action in much more detailed way, that which is a better one for the bioactivity to enhance,
Yeah.
varying the different precursors or the elicitors as such.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. It is a good question actually. So yes, in the previous speakers also talked about, that is machine learning means the data. So suppose you have you want to find more bioactive compounds. So you have to find out what are the components, or what are the, because I am not the experimental biologist or chemist, so but what my understanding in my language I would like to say, that is you have to find out some features or some components of your molecule, those are increasing or decreasing the bioactivity of your molecule. So that is a better, I could say, that is a very good example, SAR studies. So these components may increase the activity. These components may decrease the activity. So I have to understand the features, that is the properties or the features of the molecule. Once we have this data, so that data we can train and develop the model. And that model actually will tell you the what kind of molecule will be the better biological activity, and that way you can increase your production. So definitely, if you don't have the data, so I think you are very limited to use the machine learning. So we have to find first of all from experimental thing, that is, yes, these are the features, these are the components are responsible to increase activity, or to decrease activity, or the adverse effect, or like that. So those data you have to train. And once the model is done, and then you can use that model to help get the better molecules.
So that means whatever the literature is available, that I can feed and then look for how it can be generated, model can be generated. Do you mean that? Okay,
Yeah, exactly. Literature, yeah, that should be the experimental data, definitely.
Yeah, if that is there, maybe I can design the actual production data also based on that, how to enhance the more bioactive compound via experimental design is what.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Okay. So another question is from Mr. Bharadwaj. What are the chances that a data-driven AI result fails, if any?
Yes. It is a very, what I can say, tricky thing. So the machine learning also is very tricky. So if you have the same data with you, and if you have the same data to me, we may have the different outcome also. So the data, definitely AI is a data-driven model, the machine is a data-driven approach. But how we are trained the data, how we are identifying the features using the what algorithm, because that actually decide whether your model is failing or it is succeeding. So yeah, definitely it is the failure chance is extremely high. And yes, definitely it is your approach selection method, actually I would like to say. So yes, depend upon your method selection or the training, it may succeed or it may fail. Yeah.
Okay. Any other questions? Do we have any questions from the YouTube? No, I guess. So we can move ahead then. No questions. Okay.
Okay, thank you so much, everyone. For this session. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you for your enlightening session. So moving forward, I would like to introduce Ms. Manishka Batula, Junior Bioinformatics Analyst at SilicoScientia. She will talk about our new course, that is Advanced Diploma in Artificial Intelligence and Computational Drug Discovery. So yeah, Manishka, I would request you to take over.
Yes, Mahima. Thank you. So, hello everyone. So, you all have heard about some fantastic insights from our experts about this AI, how it is transforming drug discovery process. So, let's talk about how you can be a part of this revolution. So, this is the Advanced Diploma course in Artificial Intelligence and Computational Drug Discovery, which is a specialized one-year program that usually blends the power of AI, ML, and bioinformatics to drive innovation in drug discovery. So, why this program? What is the use and what is the importance of this program? So, this program is not just another AI course. So, specifically, it is a unique one-year diploma focused on the convergence of AI and biomedical sciences. So this is specially designed for the intersection of healthcare, biology, and artificial intelligence. So you learn how AI is applied directly in drug discovery, genomics, and molecular biology with its real-world applications that matter. Then it is used for design to fulfill the growing demand for AI-skilled professionals in drug discovery. So you know that the pharmaceutical and the biotech industries are desperately looking for talents that understands both biology and machine learning. So basically, this course fills the gap between these two, the industries and the biotech industries and the pharmaceutical industries. So if you register this course, by the time you complete it, you will be job ready in the field that's exploding with its opportunities. Then practical and industry aligned curriculum with cutting edge tools and technologies. So this program, it is not just theory based. You'll be having many practical sessions and you'll get hands-on experience with different Python packages, TensorFlow packages, scikit-learn modules, bioinformatic tools, like docking, sequence analysis, and even their databases also. Then a stepping stone towards innovation, leadership, and pharmaceutical research. So, this will be a career changing step. So, whether you want to become for example, a computational biologist, drug discovery scientist, AI researcher, etc. So, this diploma course will be your first big step towards that future. So if you're passionate about both life sciences and technology, and if you want to be the forefront of this innovation, so this is the program, which isn't a course, it will be used as a career accelerator. So basically, like this course is jointly offered by two partners, that is the industry partner and academic partner. So we as SilicoScientia will be the industry partner, and the academic partner will be Dr. D.Y. Patil, Nyan Prasad University's School of Pharmacy and Research, Pune. So for industry partner, it will give these insights for providing AI-driven algorithms for healthcare innovation. It will offer access to expert-led training and real-world datasets, and pioneers in bioinformatics, ML-based drug discovery, and computational biology. And for academic partner, like these insights will be seen from academic partner. Premier institution with legacy in pharmaceutical sciences, offers a future-ready curriculum integrating theory with practical learnings, and strong ties with the pharmaceutical industry for real-world exposure. So basically, this joint effort ensures that by the time you finish the diploma, like you are not just qualified, you are employable, confident, and future-ready in the field of AI-driven drug discovery. Then comes like what is the role, exactly the role of AI in healthcare. So as Dr. Islam sir has also told about this thing, and even Jitendra sir has also told about the role of AI in healthcare. So I'll tell the brief introduction of this role of AI in healthcare. So you must have all noticed AI and ML are no longer just buzzwords. Like they are used in many key tools, which makes faster, smarter, and more accurate decisions in healthcare, analyze huge volumes of biological data, design better and safer drugs, and predict treatment outcomes. So, like these are some features like AI and ML streamline and accurate various stages of drug discovery. So, like from identifying the potential drug targets and to take it to predicting like how drug will behave, AI will now handle what used to take months in just few days. Next is enable high throughput analysis of the biological data and target identification. So we know that there's so much biological data out there. For example, genomic data, protein sequences, and patient records, etc. So AI helps process all of this at the incredible speed and accuracy, and to find patterns and potential drug targets that you might miss. Next is reduce the cost and time associated with new drug development. Like we know that traditional drug development, it takes more than 10 years and it takes invests billions of dollars. So AI models are now helping pharma companies reduce the timelines drastically, which is saving our money as well as bringing drugs to the market faster than ever before. Next is support predictive modeling, therapeutic design, and personalized medicine. So here is where the AI really shines. Like it can predict how different patients might respond to treatments, which can allow for more personalized therapeutics, better outcomes, and fewer side effects. So basically, the role of AI in healthcare is not just an optional anymore. So it has become the foundation of healthcare. And through this diploma course, like you'll not only understand these innovations, but you'll get the hands-on training to build them. Next is the program highlights, like what will be there in the program. So like you'll be learning directly from the practitioners and professionals, which is the perfect blend for the academic depth and real world insights. Then exposure to regulatory and ethical frameworks. Then practical training on Python, Java, ML and bioinformatics tools. Like, they won't be only theory alone. So this program is hands-on as well as tool-driven. So we'll be learning Python and Java for coding, ML algorithms for modeling, bioinformatics tools which can be used for actual research purposes. Then hands-on experience with industry software and datasets. So you'll be dealing with real industry datasets, the molecular docking files, genomic sequences, different software such as Autodoc, then BioPython packages, different databases, etc. And you'll be having guest lectures by industry and academic leaders as well. So from each of these highlights is carefully designed to make sure that you are not just learning, but applying, growing, and future-proofing your career in this program. Then here is the program structure. So this course is designed in a way that builds your knowledge step by step. So basically, it goes from the foundational programming skills to advanced AI applications and drug discovery. So here you have basically 10 core modules. So first one is the Python programming and its applications. So like we know, Python is the most widely used language in bioinformatics, AI, and drug discovery and data sciences also. So you learn it from the ground, like from the basics itself, with its applications tailored into. Then comes the Java programming and its applications. So like Python is also essential, but Java still plays an important role in many bioinformatics and simulation tools. So this module ensures you that you have both the languages into toolkit and you'll be getting knowledge about both the programming languages. Then next comes the biostatistics. So here you'll learn or understand how to handle the biological data statistically, which is important for analysis, for pattern recognition, and research validity. Then next comes is the genomics, proteomics, and structural bioinformatics. So like we can dive into the molecular world where we'll play with DNA, RNA, proteins, and how they are analyzed computationally. So you will also work with the actual biological sequences, structures, and understand how diseases work at molecular level. So next comes is the artificial intelligence in healthcare and medicine. So this module will introduce like how AI is used in clinical settings, like how predicting diseases can be done, how analyzing medical records can be done. So this will be covered up in this module, that is artificial intelligence in healthcare and medicine. Next comes the machine learning and deep learning. So from regression to neural networks, so you'll learn how to build a model, like the basically ML models, and understand how deep learning will be used to power multitasks like the drug molecule predictions or the some of the image analysis. Next comes the data analysis and drug discovery. So you'll explore the real world drug discovery data sets and apply the AI techniques to extract them, like predicting the compound success, toxicity, drug likeness of the compounds, etc. Then eighth module comes is the advanced molecular modeling techniques and drug development. So like you'll play around many tools like the Autodoc, PyMol, molecular dynamic simulation to visualize and model like exactly how drugs interact with their targets. Next is integrating AI into clinical workflows. So in this module, like you'll be learning how AI solutions are basically deployed in hospitals, labs, pharma R&D. So basically, it can bridge the gap between the model and the real world medical practice. Then the last module is ethics and regulatory aspects of AI in pharmaceuticals. So you learn how to responsibly handle sensitive data with ensuring the transparency in algorithms and to stay compliant with the healthcare regulations. So basically, in this 10 modules, like you'll start with coding, apply them to drug discovery and knowledge related work in this field professionally. So next comes the infrastructure. So to deliver the program of this depth and technical complexity, infrastructure really matters. So like the first is high performance computing system. So basically, like we all know, many drug discovery simulations and AI models require serious computing power. So we'll be providing access to high performance computational systems, which will be capable uh, of running advanced molecular modeling, machine learning algorithms, etc. Then access to advanced drug discovery softwares. Then modern and well configured computer labs. So basically, whether you are modeling a protein structure or training a neural network, like you'll have a good speed and resource that you'll need. And the dedicated workstation for each and every student. So basically, like it will create more personalized and focused learning environment. Next is the program overview. So let's have a quick look into the essential logistics of the program, like the duration, the instruction, the mode, and the medium. So like this program will run over a full 1 year academic year, divided into 2 semesters. Then the instruction will be both offered online and on-site, like offering flexibility and structure. So next comes the mode, like it will be full-time mode. So it is designed for those who are serious about building a career in AI and drug discovery and want to have dive information about hands-on learning. So it will be a full-time course. Then medium of instruction will be English itself. Then the admission details, like the eligibility criteria, like any of the graduate student or life science student can enroll into this course. Here are some few listed eligibility criteria. Then the selection will be based on one-on-one personal interviews, and the program fee will be like for Indian students it will be 1 lakh annually, and for international students it will be as per university policy. Then this comes the certificate and evaluation. So like internal assessments plus term and exams will be conducted. The performance will be based on a grade-wise performances, like from O grade to F grade, like students will be accessed on that. And the diploma course certificate will be provided by Dr. D.Y. Patel University after the completion of this diploma course. So basically, like your performance will be continuously supported, uh, basically measured and recognized by the blend of academic rigor and industry aligned evaluation. So at the end, like you'll walk away with the valuable university backed up diploma that truly opens the door for various careers. Next comes the career opportunities. Like after you finish the diploma course, so what are the career opportunities you can dive into? So you can have multiple fields open for you after this course, like for computational chemist, bioinformatics analyst, machine ML engineer. Like this is one of the most in demand roles right now. So you can build and train AI models that can predict how drugs behave, how they interact with the biological systems, and how effective they might be. So it will be a perfect mix of data science and biotechnology. And then even the last is also booming right now, that is AI scientists. So this will need the leadership and innovation driven skills. So as an AI scientist, like you will be able to manage and guide projects from basically the target identification and bring it all the way to clinical candidate prediction, which can lead in AI applications in real world pharma pipelines. So basically, each of these roles is not only impactful, but also in high demand uh, across research labs, then different pharma companies, different startups, and even AI in healthcare. So this program will not only equip you, but in different aspects such as technical, analytical, then biological knowledge to step confidently, and that will make a big difference in the healthcare innovation. So this brings us to the end of the today's session. So thank you for your time, attention, and curiosity. Like we truly believe about the advanced diploma course is not just a course but a career defining opportunity. So if you're passionate about science, you can freely contact about the numbers or the mail or website. Thank you once again.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Manishka. Thank you so much. So anybody wants to ask anything about the course or any queries you have regarding this course? Okay. So
Yeah, so Naima, this course actually is going to start the 1st of August. And as rightly Manishka mentioned, that is a industrial collaboration course. So the students who will enroll, he or she will get the insight about the corporate culture as well as the academic culture. So all the teaching and the project or the sessions will be conducted by the industrial expertise, and you have to do the project in the industry. And the another good thing is there, that is more, on, all of the students actually there's a chance to publish the paper in a high impact journal. So classes will be DI Patil, and you may also join online also. So this is both online and on-site. If you are okay to come Pune and stay there, you are welcome to join the course. And if you are presume you are okay to join from home, you can join. But during the exam, you have to be there. So this is about the course, and if you have any queries, so you are always welcome to inquire through email or phone or WhatsApp. So if you have any question regarding the course, you may ask now or during the session, or maybe later you can ask details about it. Yeah.
somebody wants to ask something?
Yes.
Okay, so I would like to just present a small token of appreciation for Dr. Kuldeep from SilicoScientia. So this is a small certificate of appreciation presented to Dr. Jitendra Kuldeep for not only sparing his valuable time, but sharing his expertise and knowledge on the topic of AI and drug discovery with a lot of real examples. So yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you for your time for this lecture. Yeah. So we have came to the end of the first session. That is our theoretical session. So our hands-on session will start from 2 p.m. as sir has earlier mentioned that we have already segregated you in 4 different groups, and you have your soon you will get the links to join the hands-on workshop. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
And
so yeah, as Mahima told, that is, we'll meet again at 2 o'clock, the same link. So the first half an hour, the basic concept about the hands-on training will be explained, the algorithm behind it and object of it, and then we'll start the hands-on in the different group. So as I already mentioned, we have segregated the people in the smaller groups so that we can interactively we can ask, and it is your you have to do. So still, if anybody is facing issue to install the softwares we already provided, please install it. If already installed, that is good. If not, then install it. And if you are facing an issue, please let us know. You just send the chat on the WhatsApp group so that we can assist you during the break. Because the purpose of this workshop to do yourself hands-on. It is not like showcase that is we'll do and we see. So it is along with us, you have to do in your local system. So there's no required any Linux platform because we'll use the Google Colab. So you should have the Gmail ID, am I right? It is required Gmail ID, am I right, Rinku?
yes, sir.
A Gmail email ID you record. From that you can log in and you can perform in a Google Colab. You don't need Linux platform. So this is I think it will be more interesting. That is, how can you use, because this machine learning is a very wider field, and in a single day it is not possible to cover up everything. So the purpose of this course, purpose of this workshop, to give you the idea that is what we can do and what we need to do the next. So this type of course we will run frequently. So today actually we will go for how can we use machine learning in molecular docking. So as already we mentioned in the program schedule, that is we'll go for traditional molecular docking from the protein preparation, ligand preparation, then grid generation, then docking, and then analysis that one molecule do, and then we'll move to the how can we generate the models, machine learning models, and that model you can use to predict the binding affinity of the other molecules. So I think that will be more interesting. But if you do yourself, that will be more interesting, and we are happy to address your problem during the hands-on. So don't worry, you can unmute yourself, you can ask the question, you can ask to go slow, go fast. So that will be much more interactive. So please join in the same link at 2 o'clock, and then after that we'll give you the other links to join for the hands-on training. If anyone has any doubts, please let me know in 1 or 2 minutes, then we'll wrap up this session. No doubts? Okay. Okay, then thank you so much. We are ending up this session now, but the same link will be here at 2 o'clock. Okay. Thank you so much. We can end the session.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining. Okay, there is a question. So what is the scope of the course in academia? Yeah, we will address this question in the next session at 2 o'clock. Okay, thank you. Thank you all for joining.